I'm Jenna.
And I'm Erin.
Welcome to Between Two Filing Cabinets, where we give you tips, trends, troubles, and stories from the lighter side of HR. So Erin, this week I've been working on developing a class for recruiting and hiring, and so I thought it might be good to kind of go through some of the things that I see in terms of employers' approach to recruiting, and just provide a few tips on things that you can do to maybe improve your candidate pool, because it's a really tough market.
It is a tough market
right now.
So maybe we could start with what you're calling the position for starters. Any pointers there?
Yeah, I would say you want to call the position what it actually is, nothing too creative.
Give me an example.
Like King of Culture.
King of Culture?
Director of Awesome Sauce.
Oh.
The reason why that might be what you call it internally. So maybe internally you do have a position that's Director of Awesome Sauce. But what you really mean is this is actually Director of Organization Development. And so when you're posting a position, sometimes people will get these really creative job titles, but no one's going to be searching under Director of Awesome Sauce or King of Culture. You're just not going to have people searching that, so you're not going to get a lot of traffic. So what I would recommend is, if you have an internally creative title, that's fine. Don't lead with that in your job posting. Lead with Director of Organization Development, and then maybe in the body of your job posting put, internally we call this Director of Awesome Sauce.
Because I was going to say, it seems like for the most part people are just trying to showcase how fun they are or what a great working environment. So sounds like there's no need to sacrifice that, but again, it's like what you're calling it.
Right. And so sometimes people want to bring out their culture through their job titles, which is great. You do want to bring out your culture through your job postings, but maybe the job title isn't the place to do that, because you just are going to minimize the traffic that you're getting to that particular job posting.
Right. And I would imagine that this goes, especially these days, that there are more hybrid positions.
Right.
And so sometimes I think these titles can get very long. One from my past I remember is, let's see if I can do it, Interim Director of Options, Counseling, and Referral of Legal Services.
Yeah. No one's going to search under that. Yeah, so if they were posting for that position, hopefully they had a much more condensed title. Because, yeah, when people are doing that, they're not going to know what that is specifically.
Right. It's like they tried to put all the skills that were required or roles and kind of mishmash it into one position.
Yeah. Another thing that you can do is, I see a lot of poorly drafted job postings where it's kind of like, driver hired and here's your benefits. It's nothing really engaging. And so in terms of when we have record low unemployment in Oregon, it's I think 3.8% right now, you really want to make sure that you are engaging with your job postings. And so if you have a position that is a really creative position, so maybe you have something that's going to require just a high level of creativity, draft a posting that shows that creativity. Make it interesting, make it conversational. If it's a technical position, then maybe you want to have it like someone who is oriented really around sort of that technical orientation. You want to draft your job posting that will align that way, because it's going to speak directly to the type of person that you want, sort of the drives that they have.
Right. Well, speaking of which, too, for those of our members who use a predictive index, you can get that language just by doing a job assessment.
Right.
So you'll get exactly the type of language that would attract the candidate that you're looking for.
Yeah, it's such a great tip. Another thing to look at is doing results-based job postings. So rather than just a list of all of the job duties and responsibilities, you want to reframe that to look at what are the outcomes that you're seeking. So something like, maybe if we were hiring for a consultant, you would say, we're going to leave our members feeling confident, supported, and more educated. So it's really the result that you're seeking.
Yeah.
Because an interesting statistic is that research shows that, I guess it's not really a statistic, it's just sort of the summary of the research, but men are more likely to apply for a job based on their potential, whereas women typically apply based on what they can prove. And so a lot of times you'll look, that can have a negative impact if you're looking at sort of gender neutrality and those types of things. Women are more likely to look at it and go, well, I don't meet these things, and so if I don't meet 100%, then I'm less likely to apply. Whereas men typically go 60%, okay, then I'm going to apply.
Right.
And so that results-based job posting, that language can really kind of help remove that, because you're looking at what's the outcome that you're seeking.
Well, I love that too, because it really dovetails nicely with all the work that Gallup's done with the number 2 thing that employees want is feeling like they're making a difference.
Right.
So really tapping into that drive as well.
Yeah. And I think kind of on that lines, being very careful of the language that you're using in the job posting. So using gender neutral language in your job posting can also help minimize some of that impact that you may have when you start to look at your candidates. If you're really using really masculine or maybe particularly feminine.
Like king or queen of culture.
King or queen of culture, yeah, you're going to have some problems there. So a lot going on with that recruitment. These are just a few tips I think that you can use to help improve how you post your jobs and improve the traction that you're getting with those.
Fantastic.
All right, well, we're going to file this one under recruitment, and we will see you later this week from our Leadership and Engagement Essentials class that we are doing in Portland.
It's going to be a good 2 days.
Sounds good. We'll see you soon.
Bye.